Oh, at long flipping last. There you are, Mash.
Looking for moi?
Maz, how have you been? We've been scouring high and low for you.
Yes. Lovely to see you too. You have some business to discuss?
Whoa. Pull the other one, Mash. It's got bells on it.
So cold, Mazzy. Ice cold. Don't pretend you don't know what we're talking about.
Me and my fair lady ordered matching accessories. Quite a while ago, too. It's getting silly now.
Yeah, and I recall we paid a pretty penny up front too. Don't want to rush you, Maz, but come on.
Oh, yes, of course. Oh, of course, I hadn't forgotten. I was literally just pinning down the final touches on the design. I'm on the cusp of beginning production.
Oh, you were you? Well, I'm glad to hear it, Mash. Phew! I was sweating buckets there. Thought the whole thing had slipped your mind.
Perish the thought. That would be tragic.
Right.
My sincerest apologies. It did, in fact, utterly escape me.
Figured.
Figures.
But Maz, you're so chuffing brilliant at what you do. It's just such a crying shame that you're like this, you know?
Oh, how it pains me to know it.
Hey, at least you remembered now. We're still on board, by the way. Long as you give us a discount for the trouble.
We're looking forward to the finished products. Ta-ta!
Well, I put my foot in it again. Perhaps I ought to hire a clerk.
What is the deal with those guys?
They're soldiers, those two. Illustrious members of the Lost Numbers. Not to mention my clients. Previously, I received a commission from them for a pair of matching accessories, but clearly my mind was otherwise occupied. Letting my clients wait any longer than this is going to tarnish my reputation. I'll have to expedite my work.
Should we help?
What? Are you quite sure?
We'd be pretty crappy friends if we just left you in the lurch now, innit?
Gosh! Well, I'm incredibly grateful for the offer. I shall have to be sure to compensate you appropriately when the order is completed.
Will we need to leave the city again to gather materials?
No. Before any of that, we will need to prioritize information gathering.
Information? What kind? And why?
Even the most basic accessory necessitates a great deal of thought. One must consider its shape, application, presentation. But above all else, it is imperative to pin down the nature of the individual to whom it will ultimately belong.
How do you mean, nature?
We must learn more about Jake and Tessa, find out what makes them tick. Only then will we discern the accessories they desire. That is how I do things, and that is where we must begin.
Sounds like a really roundabout way to do things. Why not just ask them yourself?
Only a third-rate charlatan would consider such a thing. The true creme de la creme must fulfill their clients' orders without uttering even a word.
But you don't have much time.
Which is why I'm very grateful for your assistance.
We may have our work cut out for us.
I suppose we should start by asking people who are close to those two.
That's the way indeed. Then let's begin our inquiries. We must talk to Jake and Tessa's compeers in the Lost Numbers and find all we can about them.
Always nice to have more friends. Jake and Tessa, yeah? They seemed a bit wishy-washy, if I'm honest.
Well, let's see. Their actions will surely speak for themselves.
I hope everyone's getting along.
You want to know about Jake and Tessa? Yeah, I gotcha. They're kind of celebrities among us Lost Numbers. Oh, really? They don't like to talk about this too loudly, but you know how Jake's basically Houseless, right? Houseless? Ah, yes, certain circles bandy that term about to describe one who cannot trace their descent to any of the established lineages. It's unfortunate, but people in that position often find themselves pushed to the fringes of our society. Jake got bullied relentlessly as a kid. Poor guy could never catch a break. But Tessa, who's the same age as Jake, would always look after him and make sure he was okay. The darker Jake's mood got, the brighter and more cheerful she'd act around him. In fact, it's probably thanks to her that Jake started lighting up. Now he's, well, as you know him. Well, it wasn't the kind of story I was expecting. You never think it from the way he acts. Yeah, well, they can get on your nerves sometimes. You can't deny it's kind of an inspiring story. They've earned our respect. It's not every day that you get to see a story of true love unfold, eh? No big wonder they ended up getting hitched in the end, I suppose. Tessa's from House Rhodes. They try not to have anything to do with the Van Dams and Doyles if they can. Personality-wise, though, Tessa's more of a Van Dam. She's always wanted to bring the fight to Mobius. Naturally, her parents didn't look too kindly on her wanting to be a soldier. They were this close to disowning her one time. That's when Jake stepped in. He convinced Tessa's folk to let her join the Lost Numbers under the condition he'd sign up too, to protect her. If it was going to be so hard on Tessa, wouldn't it make more sense for Jake to try and talk her out of it as well? You put it like that, but then there'd be no one left on Tessa's side at all. Maybe it sounds cliched, but Jake will always have Tessa's back, even if it means the whole world's against them. Talk about passion today. Back in the day, Tessa once found herself caught between Kavesi and Agnian troops during a mission. It was a big one, Phronesis and all. The platoon had a tough call to make, calling a retreat, but they had to leave Tessa behind. But Jake refused the order. Let me guess, he went in to rescue her all by himself. That's right, fire from both nations fell all around them like rain, while he ran in with all the breath in his lungs. Everyone thought they were good as dead, but no, Jake picked up the wounded Tessa and did the impossible, getting her home. He ended up taking more hits than her, wound up bloody from head to toe, not a pretty sight. But he didn't mind, he was just content that he didn't have to lose Tessa, which had half the guy's courage.
That should be information enough for now. Shall we reconvene?
Sounds good. Well, this wasn't what I was expecting.
I know. I figured they'd be a couple of quirky jokers.
Sounds like they've had it rough.
Indeed. They appear so ostentatious and fickle, one could be quick to dismiss them as mindless followers. But the truth is that they are loyal soldiers both, and they care deeply for each other. In which case, I'd be inclined to substitute an eye-catching design for something altogether more somber. The accessory they seek is most likely...
Most likely... what?
That shall have to wait. In any case, I have a clear idea of what would suit them now. You've been a tremendous help.
Good to hear. So I'm guessing the next step is we go looking for the materials, yeah?
Haha, you guessed correctly.
Are you going to tell us what we need?
Yes, I'll need two things. One of them, far easier to come by. I'll start with that. One may find rose quartz growing on Corn Island, on the Erythia Sea. What I would need is a quartz crystal with a particularly high purity, known as Red Shawl.
Corn Island. Got it. Let's go take a look.
There's crystals everywhere. How are we gonna find the right stuff?
That's a question best left for our resident expert, Masha.
Yeah, we were just here last episode. But here we are again. At least we're not having to be down in the pit, technically. I mean, I just started down here because it looks the closest for our destination. Yeah, I was correct. So we need to just go around this side. I don't think I've gone up here before. Okay. I didn't think there was another thing to climb. Well, here we are, just directly ahead. And no, there's no container up here. I almost just fell there. That would have been annoying. Would have had to go do all that climbing again. But here we are. Hello. Don't mind me.
The next leg of our journey will take us to the Orion tunnels.
Hold on. Don't tell me you're taking us down there to do actual mining for you.
Close, but no mica. It's not minerals you'll be mining this time, but monsters.
Huh? Not literally, right?
Deep in the Orion tunnels, there's said to exist a rare species of rockel. The unique mineral which takes root on its back, argentium, will be our next target. Though I must confess, I have only ever set eyes on it but a single time.
But how are you so sure that you'll be able to find it then?
Well, we had no trouble getting the first material. Let's stay optimistic.
Better hope our luck's not run out yet. Off to the mines with us then.
Oh, hello. Ooh.
This goes here, that goes there.
This is gonna be interesting.
I'm on
Surprised
it.
this isn't a quest to go find all of these.
That's the way.
Or maybe there was something. I don't remember. It's been a while since I dealt with one of these things.
Let's stay cautious. Whoa!
Legacy of the Seven. There should be 7 then. I would assume. Rune rings. Boost damage dealt by fusion arts by 100%.
I better not lose this.
It's pretty good. Okay, yeah, okay. Now, to head off.
I think we could slide down that thing.
Okay. Whoop. I think
Here
this
we
is the way we need to go. That's what it looked like, at least. Did everyone fall off, really? Ugh.
Oh, hate this.
Like, I might have been able to get to it from a different direction, but not 100% sure. You are down below this rock. Hello? Oh. This is a ledge I couldn't have gotten to. I should take you down. And because of that, let's make sure to soul hack
This
it.
one's got character. Shall we tango?
You're on a level 50. This should be a
I
piece of
can
cake.
fight as brightly as anyone.
I've got our back. No matter who comes knocking.
Tailor-made tactic for you.
I forget if I've seen your chain attack stuff, so I'll show it here. Increases critical rate by 27% points. And when chosen, adds 15 TP to TP of all active characters, removes 10 from your own. So I should start with you, basically. Good. Actually, it's pretty nice if she's constantly here. Because who cares if her own TP goes down? She raises everyone else's. That makes things nice and convenient. And now I can get 150% pretty easily. And that should do it. Nice. What am I getting? Battle pheromone.
What happened? Something so valuable here.
And a container.
Say, isn't this valuable?
With Napon
Funny
coins,
finding
of
one
course.
here, huh?
Once it cycles through just silver ones? Oh well. Oh, battle pheromone is already upgraded. Just needed to get a certain amount of gold. Was that 130,000 gold? Okay. Sure. What's it do? It's AoE around the user, which grants critical rate up on art execution. Okay, I don't need to write it down at least because it is dealt with already, or already upgraded. Only writing down the ones that need to be upgraded still. So I need to get down somehow. And there's ether up here, it's not a big deal. Just wanting to check what's the best way down. Actually, over here it is, kind of makes sense. Whoop, assuming I survive. I do. Oh,
Is that the
I could have totally gotten here.
Quite remarkable, isn't it? Let's procure our ore before it gets away.
Okay.
I can shine as brightly as anyone.
Let's go for it. Hopefully you don't take as long, but you might. No, your health's going down. I can't tell. At least I can see his health going down. That's basically what I always saying. Again, I don't think it has anyone's topple. So we're just gonna use those as we go. Like, use Dazing first willy-nilly because they just do damage anyways. And it's about to go down. I don't even need to use Winning Rush. There we go.
So glad we got the Argentium without too much fuss.
We were fortunate indeed. Well then, the city beckons. Once again, your incomparable efforts have paved the way forward. Thank you, my dears. I feel now that I can finally produce the accessory I have in my mind's eye.
Isn't this an excessive amount of time and effort for a couple of accessories?
That, good sir, is the difference between the ready-made and the tailor-made. That, and it's my sales point. All right, you may have to give me a while. It is complete.
Good work, Masha. Okie doke. Time to deliver the goods to those two.
Yes, just a moment. I've given them a call and arranged for them to take delivery at the Founders Square.
I really hope they'll like them. They better. After all the trouble they put us through.
You needn't worry. They will be satisfied, I assure you, or my name is not Masha.
So it's bracelets this time, huh?
That's correct. Rings, bracelets, and the like happen to be my forte. Jake, Tessa. So sorry to have kept you waiting. These would be the items you requested. Do check if they're to your liking.
Oh, finally! Really kept us waiting, eh?
I know. I am buzzing.
The silver luster comes from an alloy of argentium. To my understanding, it is one of the strongest precious metals there is. Your unbreakable ties inspired the design at the heart of the bracelet, inlaid with a red gem of the highest purity. Those bracelets will not corrode or tarnish, and will preserve your bond for a great many years down the line.
This'll do just grand. I couldn't have asked for something better. Kinda scary how perfect it is.
Amazing. We barely told you anything.
I really must confess, this is arguably one of my finest works to date. What better keepsake could there be to assuage the both of you alike?
Well, so you knew.
So you already know that much about us?
Hardly. It was quite simple. This was not the first time I've been enlisted for such a request. I'm not psychic.
Wait, what's this about? A keepsake?
You know what happens to us folk when we pop our clogs?
Yeah.
We're lost numbers, fighting at the front. Our numbers could be up tomorrow. And nothing will be left of us. We'll just whoosh into light. It's crap. We're not having any of it. Our names will go up on some cenotaph, but all we'll be is just another statistic.
Yeah, so you see, we figured there had to be a better way for us to be remembered by. Something that'd last long into the future. Something that we'd be proud of, to keep us in good memory.
And that's where the keepsakes come in.
There is naught in this life more beautiful and precious than a happy, cherished memory. And yet, it is human nature that the more precious we perceive a thing, the more we fear it might be whisked away. Like these two here. They aren't the first city folk who wish to set their memories in stone. And certainly won't be the last. To leave something permanent, telling the world that they once lived. Their lives' history writ, and spirits enshrined. A love that cannot be seen, immortalized in physical form. Therein lies the quintessence of my work as lapidarist extraordinaire.
Now that there's the head of House Cassini. Gals are cut above. We were right to stick by you. Thanks, Emil. You're a gem.
Trust us, we'll take extra good care of them. Until our final breath. No. For a long, long, long time yet.
If the both of you are satisfied, then I am too. Those bracelets, may they serve you well, and impart to you a future both bright and prosperous. All right, that about wraps up the order. I'm truly grateful for all the support you've given me, you know. Rare is the job where one can feel such fulfillment.
Before we wrap up, I'd like to ask you something.
Yes, I'm all ears, my dear.
Those two appeared to mention something quite significant back there. The head of House Cassini.
My, oh my, oh my. It seems I've been found out, have I?
What is this House Cassini?
One of the city's 6 houses. You know, like the House Vandam that Monica leads. If you're the head, then that makes you Monica's equal. You must be in quite the position of power.
Oh, hardly. I would never compare myself to the likes of Moni, dearest. I only succeeded the role as a formality when the former head unexpectedly made it known that they were going to step down.
And that doesn't interfere with your lapidarist extraordinaire business? Doesn't seem very leaderly. What's everyone got to say about that?
Free is the citizen who embraces their freedom. We of House Cassini are free spirits, more so than the other houses. Such has been our code for generations. So long as one forges one's own path in life, unbound by societal principles, my house's role is to respect and support them in it. So, you see, I serve the people of the city in my own way, as I personally see fit.
Wow, there really are all kinds in the city, huh?
Well now, that was a job well done. And thanks to the experience, I believe I have some new ideas for accoutrements. Let me use this sudden flash of inspiration to put our contract to good use. You did do the Ferris's share of the work, after all.
Thanks, Masha. We'll be counting on you.
And I shall expect nothing but the finest patronage.
Ooh. That's pretty good. Pretty significant. I've not been using that. Though to be fair, I have to like do
I hope everyone's getting
challenge
along.
battles a bunch for it. Maybe I should check up on that soon.